I get why actors and wealthy people who have had good character and a good, good reputation with public, how they could be quoted and be memed, and even be quoted and be memed without them actually saying it, and it carry weight and carry significance. Just the picture of someone's face like Morgan Freeman or something, it's iconic. And he played God, and not very many people get to play God. Polyphia and him. But anyways, tacky joke. Anyways, it's come to my attention that there's just a whole lot of excuses for why money is achievable and why it's not achievable. And I'm really feeling like lately, this is just the way we do it. We push down the little guys so that they can work onto their own death, making garbage wages. I mean, I'm telling you, I went through my entire childhood through high school with teachers that wouldn't openly complain about their wages, but definitely were not happy with the fact that they weren't making enough money to make ends meet. And so you're thinking, somebody like that goes to college, somebody like that does everything right, and yet they still have to struggle just above a McDonald's pay wage, just above a garbage man's pay wage. And that's a problem to me. Socialism versus democracy or capitalism or whatever is such a big scare tactic that anytime we want to pay people fair wages, we use the war on socialism to screw our own people. And it just seems to me, I mean, obviously, the people who made it, the people who are wealthy, don't want to be taxed more. Why would you? It makes no sense to want to give more of your money to the government when they don't even listen to you in the first place, and they just spend it on whatever they want. Well, how does it make sense to push down, to erase the middle class, make real estate and rent impossible, and create a lower class of just labor? I don't even want to equate it to that, because human life and human perception is important, and each perception is unique and has its own perspective and has its own walk and journey through life. So, even people that are making, middle class wages, they're not incentivized to speak up. They're a dying breed. And I'm convinced, it might just be in my mind, but I'm convinced that that's going to continue. It's going to continue to be a dying breed in the middle class, and it's going to continue to grow to, inflate the prices of everything and make it so that, I mean, how are people going to get by? I don't know if you referred to my mathematics video where I just calculate annual salary for $18 an hour. It's garbage. And I'm not saying that for me. It's not that I can't get by on $18 an hour, because I can, but most people cannot. And the only reason I can is because I'm on Section 8. Literally the only reason. So, if my dumbass can get on a calculator, calculate this up in a notepad, figure out in 20 seconds, the IRS knows, the government knows, the rich people know. Maybe not all of them, because some of them are pretty stupid, but, and that's just the thing, is it's not about smarts. People tell you this all the time. There's people like Luke Bellamar, and I could go on. There's names of people who will say 9-to-5ers, you're stuck in the matrix. 9-to-5ers, you got to sign up for my school. You got to join my club, whatever. And yeah, they might have an avenue to cheat past the system, but shouldn't the system work already? Obviously, that's a yes. And the best thing we can do is try to fix it where it's at. But I feel like I'm beating a dead horse anymore with this, because you know, the way people are talking about how Israel owns our government right now just because they have money. It's sickening. You got ex-CIA talking about the president lying to the American people in like 7 different contexts of lies. Probably only 3, I think, but either way, 3 different kinds of lies to the American people. Not only that, but we're not going to Congress to start wars. We're already deploying troops into areas where we shouldn't be. And, I'm the last guy who just wants to cause a stink about everything. But I'm the first one to stand up for the American public. I mean, aren't we funding this? Aren't we the backbone of the country? And when does the military-industrial complex start being considered a corporation? You know, they can't even pass their own balanced checkbook. And yet the American people are told, get by with less, own less. Be okay with the World Economic Forum and all these wars, all this money we're funneling and all these wars we're funneling into. Be okay with the other nations' farmers getting screwed over. Be okay with all this political uproar all around the world. And just shut up like a good little citizen. Go get a booster, chase it down with some Vicodin and some fentanyl while you're at it. And then you might be a statistic, get the hospital some more money so they can put COVID-19 on the death. I'm just kidding around, obviously. That's not how I think. But why even be surprised when people get the tinfoil hat on in general? When you disservice a society for years and years and years and years and generations, and I, for one, I'm not gonna lie, the fact that white privilege escaped my grasp sucks. I wish I had a little bit of that, and I guess I did with my family, but no, I didn't get nothing. The most privileged thing I can say is this Section 8 voucher, and it's a blessing from God. But aside from that, like, as far as making, and I don't even view myself in this argument, in this whole thing. I try to keep myself separate from it because I'm okay for now, right? And I just worry about everybody else. But take it from me, worry about yourself. Much as you can, anyway.